every time I walk in here, I feel like, oh no, this is our first season, because it's also new and beautiful. And I just get the wow factor every time I walk in. It never gets old. Never.
After, I guess we had a chance to connect and say, okay, yeah, we're going to be your contractor.
Mhm.
You had asked us to talk about bringing in an interior design firm together, right?
Yes.
And so you had a chance to meet a couple of other folks. You landed with Diana Hall Design, and then we started our kickoff meetings.
Mhm.
And so talk me through what it was like for you.
It was such a team from the beginning. And I said, it's not just the people, it's what they're bringing to the table, their experience. Everyone working together, no one stepped on each other's toes. We were always overwhelmed with that. The designers, they did not step on each other's toes. They always worked very well and positively with each other. They knew what everyone brought to the table with you all. And there was no infighting. There was no attitude. There was no condescending little biting comment. Any idea I thought of, or my husband thought of, it was welcome with, okay, let's figure that out. It never was shot down. And we had certain things we were flexible with and needed y'all to bring it to the table. But we also had some certain ideas, like, we really have a dream of, can we do this here? And like, yep, let's figure it out. And it was done. Maybe tweaked, but it was done. And I loved how y'all communicated. Every week, we'd either get a video or photos or the time frame of where we are. Always stayed on track, but just to see how things progress, and always informed, hey, by this date, you have to make this decision. Okay, we're on it. We can make the decisions, just bring them to the table and tell us what to do.
There you go. There you go.
So it was very collaborative.
Called me up and said, Mario, this is just not going to work. What are we going to do? And he said, no, we'll pivot and we'll go.
Right.
And
you weren't trying to force fit this vendor, because this vendor has obviously been successful with others and doing other things. It just wasn't working. Again, I'm not a closet person, but I could tell them what our needs are in regards to closets. But then they have to bring me the ideas of, oh, this is how we make it work for you. It just wasn't working. I don't know why. And then when you easily said, we'll pivot, get somebody else. And the next person killed it. Everything came down to the studs, and that was super important. As we described, what do we do? How do we live every day? Then you offered suggestions, moving walls to make the master that the right size, doors to give privacy if somebody's still sleeping in, tends to be me, to shut the first set of doors, and then he can turn lights on and has walk-in closets, and then the whole spa bathroom. And I'm not disturbed at all. We have our space. We're not on top of each other. So you figured out how to, in the space that was there, how to get rid of the awful tub and separate the sinks and have plenty of cabinetry and the shower, that you are not on top of each other. And you do feel like you're at the Ritz. We have a little nook over here that is a small desk, but every morning we make our coffee and our tea, and we sit there and we have this amazing expansive view reading our emails. And I take a picture every morning and I send it to friends in other locations of the US, and they're so angry at me for doing that. I'm like, I'm reading my emails. Look at my view. Another thing I think you did wonderfully at is the lighting. You have, that was always a big thing with homes I've been in before, is that things are shadowy, you can't put the makeup on and things like that, and it's just not well lit. You have plenty of lights, but things are on dimmers also. We put a whole wall of a mirror that reflects the ocean, and a friend came in a couple of days ago and they thought that was the window. It's because it's completely expansive and just little added parts that bring it to life, and that's you're just always in awe. Such a home. It's a very small space in a condo, and every nook and cranny has been used, and it is just so functional. Well, knowing I can still rely on you, and the project has been finished, but other things came up, we can still call you, and it's seamless, and it gets done, and just call Mario.
It's such an amazing feeling as somebody who began working with you so long ago that you're still that excited and that animated.
Absolutely. My friend said that actually a week ago.
Uh-huh.
She said, I've never met anybody who loves their condo so much as you, because there was such a difference between where we were, original construction, original owner, never made an improvement. It looked so different. We had so many dreams, but we didn't know if they could come to fruition because we didn't have the talent, but we knew we had to hire the talented group of people who brought it to the table and could work with us with our ideas. And if our ideas didn't work, how can we make adjustments and still bring it? And I'm so glad before we met you, all of PBS, we interviewed other companies. And I'm so glad we saw them first. Because then when we saw you, you stood out and we saw the difference. I mean, I gush about this place all the time. It's heaven.